That's what this place is.
Wow, this is the Bottle Tree Ranch.
How did it start?
I'm a collector. You know, you go back a few years. Go back to 1952. I was 6 years old. First grade, Manhattan Beach. Dad and I went camping. And boy, did we camp. We camped for years and years and years. Middle of the desert camping. Found a dump one day, full of bottles, full of junk, parts of wagons, single trees, double trees, old miners' canteens. In 1950, in the 50s, 52 to 55, check, the dumps, these weren't normal dumps. This is where somebody just went out in the desert and dumped their trash. But these people, these dumps went back to the 1800s. So the stuff that was in them was, as far as I'm concerned, it was priceless. And he found a bottle one day, and so he zeroed in on bottles, dear old Dad. And I did get a lot of his bottles. And I never stopped collecting. And once I started building, I found a way to display some of the things I'd found. I went back to collecting.
How long have you been doing this for?
Since 2000, 14 years.
14 years.
So I've been building for 14 years, but this collection goes back a lot further.
How long is the old collection, you think?
For me, in terms of the collecting, it goes all the way back to 52, 53.
What does the Bottle Tree Ranch here mean to you?
Oh, it's a pipe load of memories, if you want to call it that. There's lots of memories here. You see something and say, hey, that's cool. I see something and say, yeah, I was 8, 9 years old when I picked that up off the ground. Or my dad picked it up off the ground.
What significance do you have in relation to Route 66?
This is all an accident. I came up here I used to come up here in the late 60s. I got out of the military in 68. A friend of mine's, his mother married some guy up here, so we'd come up together and visit her. And I don't know what got into me, but I came up here by myself one time in 1970, summer of 70. And I was going to college on summer break. Put in an application at a cement factory, and they hired me. So I had to quit school. I had a job down there too. I quit that. Came up here, started working.
Wow.
And it was all an accident. Hooked up with a gal, and a couple years later we got married. Started having children. And, oh boy, you know how that goes. Yeah. But I didn't sit still.
Yeah. How long does it typically take you to make one of these trees?
If I got it all together and everything ready to go, I haven't even done one in ages. I'm working on other projects right now.
Yeah.
I'm splitting wood. Cut a tree down about a month ago. 50-foot pine tree. It's this big around. I gotta cut that all up. Get the slash, run through the stove. It's a fire hazard up there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things going on right now.
Do you remember the first bottle tree?
First metal one was right up where the two fences meet in the corner.
You want to take me on a little walk over there and show me?
It's nothing fancy. I didn't put toppers on it. I put limbs on it, but I didn't put nothing fancy on it. This goes on and on and on.
How many bottle trees do you think you have here?
I started out with 400 pipes.
Oh, wow.
And those have been gone for years. I've been going to junkyards. And I have hundreds of pipes behind the house. There are hundreds of them. Stacked up, neatly piled. This was the first metal one. First one made out of metal, but I didn't get fancy with it. I never did come back to it. When I put that up, people started stopping and taking pictures. I couldn't believe it. So I went straight across with the junk I'd found. And then I started, well, it's history now.
So what is the meaning of the tops?
It's just different things. I found this muffler right alongside the highway, out of sight of the road, about a mile from here. An old muffler. There's a license plate on it. I think it's 1927. I broke down with my Jeep, and instead of walking the highway back to the house, I came over this berm, the greater berm. I walked through the desert and I found that license plate on that trip home.
Huh.
Just walking. Just different things.
How do you think Route 66 has changed how people view this place?
Well, this is a short section. It's we're 10 miles to Victorville from here. And you're getting all the traffic from Silver Lakes housing development, so we're busy here. But Route 66, as you know, it's dead most other places. There's no traffic at all on it. It's empty. So this is a little bit misleading with all the cars you see here.
Yeah. How do you stay open?
What now?
How do you stay open?
I just do. I never close the gate. There's too many people coming from too far.
Yeah.
And if I'm gone for 2 or 3 days and the gate's shut and somebody's coming from France or Germany or Japan or China, it's not fair to leave that gate closed.
Wow.
So I just leave it open.
It's true.
All things beyond me.
Well, thank you.